everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of the TorchFork Tuesday show. I am your host, Jonathan Crane. I am not drunk enough to have this show, but we might as well get on with the introductions. First, to my whatever direction he might be in, coming from the green screen, it is Eli. We're going to start in a different direction for once. He is the master of the game show, where you basically jump on, you play against a bunch of drunks, and you maybe win a game, or you don't win shit. Either way. But Eli, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. I think my cough is almost gone.
Awesome. Yeah, you were sick for a bit.
Yeah, for a couple weeks. And I got my computer upgraded now, and so far it seems to be running without me having to reinstall Windows. I am still a little bit pensive about how that's going to go, but we will see.
So essentially, if it just dies midway, we'll know that you're rebooting to install Windows updates.
If I suddenly disappear, assume that I was killed by a home invader.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, as long as we can get that on video.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, if like it crashes and I'm suddenly not on the stream anymore, that's what you assume is that I was killed by a home invader.
Well, what if if you were killed by a home invader, wouldn't we see that like live?
Not if it happened after the computer crashed.
Well, yeah. So you're saying you would have a home invader and the computer would crash at the same time?
That's the theory. Yes.
The odds are incredibly
This is hurting
low.
my brain.
Right? Anyway. Next up on the list, we have some guy that came in with a bottle of vodka, it looked like. Oh, no, it's John with an H. He can also be known as Dreamy Warrior. He commits seppuku every 30 seconds to a minute. He's got a fireball. Awesome. Dreamy, how are you doing? You are muted. That's wonderful.
Yep.
All right.
No one can hear him
this evening.
There we go. Technical
How are
difficulty.
you?
We are fine. I am fine.
Also, in response to Jody,
yeah.
aliens.
Aliens.
I didn't have the face right, but I don't care.
You didn't, but that's fine. You got the beard. It makes up for the face.
Yeah.
Covers the face, so.
Except he didn't really have a beard.
He didn't. But he probably needs
In fact, I'm about as far from looking like him as you can get right now.
Are you talking about Giorgio?
Yeah, Georgios Tsoukalos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's nobody cares about him apparently.
Of course not. He's nuts.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm just saying, I cannot get.
Does
his
it look
look
like
going?
Caitlyn's? Oh, okay, never mind. It looked like it froze. It looked like she was about to bitch slap someone. It looked like the motion. It was just like.
No, that's her standard look. And she just happens to have a spatula. Or
That
a scooper.
explains the survey scores.
Well, they went up now, yeah.
I'm actually scared now. My manager keeps buying me lunch for my great survey scores, and I know this week's gonna suck again because people hated me this week.
Wow.
Buy you lunch.
How could they
delivered to a
possibly
false
hate
duty.
you, though?
Because I didn't have time to stand at their table and beg for them to like me as hard. We were
Why
busy.
not? Why didn't you have time?
You know,
I'm
prostitutes don't have to try that hard. Why do you have to try that hard?
Because I could make good money as a prostitute. I just have a boyfriend, and he probably wouldn't appreciate me slumming it on the streets.
And with that, we're going to get into introducing Caitlin, who is apparently for rent now. Caitlin is the one that was streaming just before the show started. She was streaming Majora's Mask, and I really seriously, sincerely do not remember that boss fight in the original Nintendo 64 game.
That's because it wasn't as hard in the original N64 game.
Yeah.
They changed it for the 3DS version.
So it was in the 64.
It was the same fight. It was just they had augmentations for the later one.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't either.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I did because of the quest, but...
But that being said, Caitlin pretty much streams everything to do with Nintendo, and she really doesn't have a problem with Pokemon, guys. I swear, she can stop anytime.
I can. I played till 5 in the morning this morning, and then got up for work at 10.
Damn it, I changed my fucking... I take it back. She has a problem. We
Well,
need to
I want
activate
to
her
fill my
page.
Pokedex, okay? You don't understand. That means you have to trade and evolve a lot of shit.
But you get to meet a lot of people that are playing Pokemon already, right?
Set of junkies. That doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. I started giving out my number to my work friends because a couple of them play.
That's
Tony
how
the
it starts,
bartender?
man.
Yep.
The bartender? Oh.
No, she doesn't play. She's actually not nerdy at all, and it's weird that we get along because she's not into anything I like. We both like to ride bikes, and we're both like reasonably fit. That's about it.
Fair enough, I guess. Well, I mean, there was the old Paula Abdul and Cat duo, opposites attract, so you never know. So we've already gotten into drinking. We've already gotten into freebasing. We've already gotten into drugs, drug junkies, and apparently prostitution. So we're off to a rip-roaring start. And finally, the only one that still has a soul on staff, that would unfortunately be FNAF, who has yet to change his shirt for 3 weeks running, I see. Yeah?
It still smells good. It's
A little bit of Febreze. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Anybody watch?
Good.
But his having a soul still probably has to do with the fact that he's not from our country. Our country seems to be the main place where people lose that.
Well,
It's wrapped in Mylar.
I don't think the Mylar is going to help you.
I'm sure there are Canadians who lack souls.
Not that many, though. Not that
Justin
many.
Bieber. Done. There.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
one.
and I have a funny
Celine
story.
Dion.
Oh,
It's
Well, we gave you Alan Thicke, and I'm really sorry for that.
take him the
because
fuck back.
you guys ended up getting Robin out of the deal, and
Chris
so
Jericho.
I had actually tweeted a while ago that I apologize on behalf of Canada for that, and then Alan Thicke started following me, and that freaked me the hell out.
That's weird.
Oh God, that's fucking great.
So you're being stalked by Alan Thicke, is what I'm understanding.
I am, and he doesn't follow that many people on Twitter, and it's creepy.
So either he hates his son, or he's going to kill you. And
Who's Alan
skin you.
Thicke?
Oh, she's too young.
Yeah.
Aw.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
You know who Robin
Growing
Thicke is?
pains.
No, I know who Robin Thicke is. Who's Alan Thicke?
His dad.
Oh, why does
He-
his dad matter?
He,
She really
he
did
was
Ken
on
Bone.
he was on a TV show. It's like Growing Pains, I think it was.
A couple of them actually. Growing
Yeah.
Pains, Animal Crackers, I think. It was basically America's Funniest Home Videos for Animals, if I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, that's right. You guys are contractually mandated to watch Canadian art. That's right. I
Oh,
forgot
right.
about that.
That is a Canadian show.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like, what is it? 25% of your programming has to be Canadian?
I don't even have cable anymore.
Oh. But, that being said. Anyway, so the whole point of this show is not to talk about Caitlin's hopeful foray into being the Heidi Fleiss of Chili's. The whole point of this show is actually, you know who Heidi Fleiss is, right, Caitlin? Right? God damn it, these young...
I don't know popular culture shit. I know Pokemon, and that's it.
Okay, she was
And
the...
she's a poet. She doesn't even know it.
Okay, so Heidi Fleiss is like the trainer of young girls.
The
Anyway.
trainer of young girls.
There you go. The whole point of this show is essentially not to confuse Caitlin or make more Canadian jokes, but God knows there's going to be a lot of those. The whole point of the show is we look at a bunch of... I don't know what you're talking about. We are going to look at a bunch of trailers from Steam, from the PlayStation Network, from the Xbox Live,
eShop.
cesspool, the eShop. When we actually find something that Nintendo understands and puts on the eShop,
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
don't get internets. I'm sorry. But
Maybe they
we
should ask Al Gore.
maybe we could cover some X-Band stuff. I mean, they remember that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's about
I
it.
still
But
have my modem. I've never actually tried it though.
doesn't-
Caitlin's draining the water.
She is draining the water. Watch our view count go up. But the whole point is to watch her boil water and probably burn water. But we are going to look at these trailers and we are going to imbibe copious amounts of alcohol, say a lot of shit. We're going to shit talk almost all the trailers.
Way ahead of you.
And- Awesome. And then from there, we're just going to talk about it. We're just going to bullshit. There's no specifics. We're not here to judge the games, but we are going to judge the hell out of these games because we're hypocrites like that. So, without further ado, we're going to get started with the first game, which is ironically called Access Denied. Is not. It's called Neptune Arena FPS. Because I had it scrolled down. I liked starting with Access Denied. Shut the fuck up. It is called Neptune Arena First-Person Shooter. And
For
get
anyone-
this, it's a first-person shooter.
Oh my
For anyone who
gosh.
couldn't gather, though, Steven is full of excuses for his mistakes.
I am.
Sure. A first-person shooter?
Yes.
Hey,
We're
this
starting
looks
with
like
the
a
first.
game that may
Holy
actually
shit,
killed
this
a
is
lot.
fast-paced.
It is. Holy hell. It is
Like-
on the notes. It says Arena First-Person Shooter game. Nothing to write home about, really. End quote.
Honestly,
Looks like a
I'm
Metroid
looking
game.
at this and I'm trying to figure out if they sped up the footage in this, because the movements are at kind of unreal speeds, like, and not like Epic Games unreal, like as in it doesn't seem like anybody could actually play like that.
Low gravity.
Well,
This looks hella
gravity, but no, like the character movements are just kind of too fast. Like
Traps.
it doesn't feel
Gotta
like
go
that would have
fast.
actually been somebody playing. It feels like they took some footage that was at normal speed and sped it up because the movement is really fucking frantic.
Well, let's find out. I'm gonna open up YouTube in another tab, and I'm gonna just go ahead and run it at slightly slower
It's kind of
speed.
like how Sega advertised. It's like had blast processing. It was
Oh,
all about
that
speed. And
blast
that's what this has got.
You can
You're
rocket
saying
jump?
this is a
That's awesome.
Sonic game.
Could be a Sonic.
Hey,
Let's see.
the failed
Neptune,
Sega
which
system
is
was
blue.
called Neptune.
Like Sonic.
There was supposed to be, like, in between the 32X and the Saturn, they did release, or they were going to release a Neptune, which was a 32X on its own.
And that didn't ever happen.
So we
It did.
just debunked this.
I don't know.
Well, what I can say is that Eli is right. There are definitely sprites that are moving way too goddamn fast for it to be actual gameplay. But
Yeah.
it almost seems like they sped up the trailer.
But what if it's not, though? What if it is really this fast?
I mean,
it's really
if it
just-
is, then it's probably a little bit hard to play. Not that it's necessarily bad. It's just that.
Well, okay.
It could be hard to keep up with. Just
It's kind of going
You
from
need a lot of Red Bulls.
it's kind of going from Mortal Kombat and Mortal
Slam
Kombat
'em.
2 slowness to Mortal Kombat 3, right? Because Mortal Kombat 3 was incredibly fast for the time versus Mortal Kombat 2. So this is kind of like our golden eye moving off to Neptune.
I'm not exactly saying as far as just play speeds being different across different generations of games. I'm saying, like, when you look at some of the footage that's in the trailer, it looks like it's too fast for somebody to have actually been playing like that. Like the movement speed in
Yeah.
certain sections of the trailer is suddenly faster and more frantic than at other times, to where it's like super twitchy movements and still very precise movements, which again, it could actually be like that, but it would be weird for some of it to be like that and other parts to not. But it would also be really hard for people to keep up with it if it is that fast.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a point. There are a couple of spots right around the 1 minute mark, I think, where the main character or the player character is moving along, and then there's this bot that's just like zipping on by, and it just seems like it is a little bit sped up. So don't know. It wouldn't be the first time that something sketchy has been released onto Greenlight.
Well,
by
I'm
any
not.
means.
I'm not saying necessarily that the game is sketchy though. Like, I'm just saying it looks like the trailer, at least in parts of it, might have been sped up to make it look faster paced than it is. Which
Yeah.
I find odd if they did that, because the parts that don't look sped up, they still seem pretty fast paced.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they would have felt like they needed to do that.
I like the
That's
color
noise
scheme.
makers. The color
The
scheme is
neon.
good, yeah.
Feels very Tron-esque.
Yeah, and the graphics, they're not like super high end, but they
No.
look effective enough. It looks like this was made by, I would assume, a small studio.
It was. It looks like it's only one guy's name attached to it, but that one guy could just be several people. It's made by a Francesco Polacco. So
how much is it?
it is currently have no friggin' clue.
Huh.
There's no
much.
actual price
Oh,
listed.
it doesn't list it? Okay.
Yeah, I am kind of mildly curious and mildly concerned because very rarely do I ever see a game that's listed for early access and there's absolutely nothing under the community hub page because, I check that because I hate myself. And I like to see what people are saying about it. Is the dev reacting to comments? Not anything like that. There's absolutely nothing there.
Oh.
Which is kind of surprising, but that also might mean it was just released. So
yeah, they might have just put it up. That's hard to say.
I have to say it looks pretty
The only
cute.
pet. Sorry, go ahead, Caitlin.
I said I have to say it looks pretty cute.
Cute.
Yeah, the only pet peeve I would have about this is games that are multiplayer only. Because if you don't have any friends, you can't really play it by yourself.
Well, it lists that
Mike.
there's a single player feature.
I'm
I
sorry.
actually played a really great game that was a lot simpler than this one called Grenade Madness, which was a game like this, which is, all multiplayer, but if everybody only had different kinds of grenade launchers. And it
I
was the
feel
most
like that's
fantastic game I played in a long time.
that's like every first-person shooter game known to man. Like everybody has grenades.
But no, like they're special. It's like more of a you'll have only tactical weapons. So it was like a really interesting tactical game.
Oh, I
And
like it.
this one was like really cheap or free to play. I can't remember.
Sounds like Dive
this
Kick.
This one looks better, but it also looks more boring.
There's no audio, so it's kind of hard to judge.
Well, if you actually look at the trailer on the Steam page, I promise you, there's audio.
Oh, okay.
And also, there is under the Steam page as well, single-player, multiplayer, online multiplayer, achievements, trading cards, partial controller support, and Steam Cloud.
Trading cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
Steam trading cards,
Yeah.
which almost every game on Steam now has them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There are some
I thought
people
they were-
that buy games just for the cards.
I wouldn't personally do that, but I do
Yeah.
know that, in some instances, I'll actually try to get all the cards for a game. Not necessarily because I give a shit about the game, but because with Steam, as you complete sets of cards and turn them into badges, it helps you increase your level on Steam.
I don't understand how you can actually sell the cards for real money.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
Are they
can.
digital
Well,
cards or not?
not
digital
exactly
cards?
real money. It's more like store credit.
It
on
goes
Steam.
into your Steam wallet. It's
Yeah.
sort of kind of. I mean,
I don't get it.
it's yet another collective. It's yet another collection-a-thon that people like.
Wow.
It's just like how people tend to go nuts over achievements. It's really just another achievement.
Okay.
Well, mostly, but again, the badges do also help you increase your Steam level,
Yeah.
which
Does something.
for some people that can actually be an issue. If you're really well known, if you're a public figure
Yeah.
in gaming, then a lot of people want to add you on Steam and shit, and there's a limit to how many friends you can have on your friends list in Steam, and increasing your Steam level lets you add more.
Oh, so it's that
Yeah.
whole friend theory thing again, right? Okay.
But it's okay because you and I will never have to worry about that math. We will never see that ceiling ever.
Maybe if you
Okay.
start streaming more.
No, no.
That might actually hurt.
Just
it
be
some
like
more. You might
Caitlyn.
lose some more friends.
Dude, you've seen my streams. I don't even want to stick around for them.
I'm still waiting for them
And yet
before
you
you.
still got viewers.
That's just how bored and pathetic that the Twitch community is.
I want to see where
We
you
are
keep that guy
trying
with
so
the-
hard to
with the
sell this
leg.
show
You
right
guys
now.
really should do some more pandering and stop insulting the Twitch community. Like,
Hell no, they love it.
guys.
Look,
Hey,
the Twitch
fam.
community,
Loves you.
the Twitch community is much like it's like a BDSM club. They want to be abused. They need
It's
to
like
be abused.
Zemos and the Pony Show.
Well, wait a minute. I'm not making fun of my viewers. I love my viewers.
I totally need to get a voice box.
More viewers.
That's what I need to
It's
do.
a
I need
me, Mario.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with ponies. Anyway, moving on.
Stylo, can we kill
I'm
his
not,
cam right
I'm
now?
not
Can
gonna
we do
say
that?
anything about the stuff with the ponies. I'm just gonna tell you I'm not into it.
I'm not going to get into
Stylo?
my religious speech about it either right now.
Stylo, you did tell me that you can selectively mute people on Skype. Right? Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next game, which was supposed to be the first game, but not because I was reading it the wrong fucking way. I do like Neptune. I want to say that I'm on the fence. I feel like if I need to scratch the itch of a first-person shooter, I'll go back to Unreal Tournament. But that's me.
And quick note, it looks like we had somebody join our Discord just now.
Oh, holy
Nice.
shit! That's right.
Yeah, somebody going by a mouth breather.
Oh, we
That's
need more
epic.
mouth breather.
Welcome, mouth breather.
Yeah.
I say that every day.
We're on the
But
show, but we'll be back after this show.
Indeed. But yeah, that is another thing. You can join the Discord like every other streamer out there right now. You can join in and you can just shit talk
They're all
us.
doing
to our
Discord?
faces.
I thought that was special.
No, there's a lot
I-
of them that are doing Discords now.
I love Dreamy's response to a mouth breather. Breathes heavily.
Breathing intensifies. And we move on. So the next game is Access Denied. It is going to be available on December 16th. It is a puzzle game where you're trying to open up boxes. Some of the puzzles look fairly complex. Okay. Puzzles!
Or Snail?
All right. You have my attention.
Puzzles.
Looks like Ratchet and Clank graphics.
Yeah, right?
Really?
Huh.
I do like that part. But
It looks like a very simplistic game so far, but
I
Looks
can
like
get
it
this
would be a
on
mini-
Flash.
this actually looks like a mini game on Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, you're actually right.
do we know how much
Oh,
this one
circuit.
costs?
This one costs a staggering, not
Oh.
sure, available December 16th. Game will unlock in approximately 3 days.
So no price listed
Oh,
again.
that's an easy mini game. Just get all of them. Don't ruin
I
your
And-
paid
game.
$5 for this.
$5 you would? Watch it be 29. You watch.
Watch it be $6.
Well, you know, I don't know how satisfying the puzzles actually are in this, so I wouldn't say that I would pay any particular amount just yet. I would want to actually, like, know how good the puzzles were, but, like, so many of them, it doesn't show them actually completing the puzzles on these boxes. It just, like, kind
Well,
of
I'd hope
shows
not.
you how some of the stuff reacts when you click on it or drag it or whatever. But, like, I don't know what the fuck they actually expect you to do on any of these. I don't know if it's any fun at all.
You're
Sounds
clicking
wrong.
things.
They don't want to show the results of the puzzles because then what's the point of playing the puzzle?
I like
But
puzzles.
you
This
want to
looks
show
fun.
the
It,
results.
it should be random
Look, level
enough
complete. There you go.
that people aren't going to get the solutions to the puzzles from watching the trailer. Like, there should be, like, some kind of system for randomly generating what you need to do for the solution. If there's not, and if it's only, like, a small set of specific solutions that solve everything, then that's just sad.
Yeah, I for
Portal?
one would. I actually like the idea of a trailer
Portal
giving
had
away.
a lot of levels.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same solution across all of them. Granted, you can get a few different solutions in Portal, but it's basically the same thing.
Wait. No, I can argue on this one. The point behind Portal was more about the story. The puzzle was just a way for you to further the story. This
Yeah,
is literally just a puzzle for a puzzle's sake.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
and-
good.
And also in Portal, like, there were so many puzzles to solve that, you know, they could show some of them in the trailer and the solutions if they wanted to. It wouldn't have been a big deal. It would have only been showing you one little part of the game. This is like all you're doing is sitting in one spot solving these puzzles. So if they don't have enough to it that they could show you a couple of actual solutions, so you have an idea of how fun it actually is, then it's still pretty sad, because Portal at least had a lot of action going on in it for the puzzles. Like you were doing a lot. You were moving around. You're like actually trying to deal with positions on things and physics, and
don't get me wrong. Portal was one of my favorite games. Is one of my favorite games.
Yeah,
and I actually bought a 360 just because of it. So I love it.
It's the only reason I still have a 360 hooked up, honestly.
Yeah. I have the orange box on 360, and I have all those games on Steam as well on PC. I fucking love Portal. It's the best. Like, Portal and Portal 2 are the best games in, as far as I'm concerned, that Steam has released. And
I just like the fact that I can still recount GLaDOS's ending speech from Portal 2, where she calls Chell a dangerous mute lunatic. That's just great to me.
Patiently waiting to open this guy.
Ooh.
Don't you dare. You leave that in the box where it belongs.
No, I gotta open it. I am so looking forward to playing.
It belongs in a museum.
A mostly related side note. My friend Kat, she has like the full-on prop portal gun thing.
Oh yeah.
And I got her the orange jumpsuit thing to go with it, like with the Portal logo and everything on it, so that she can cosplay as that shit at conventions.
Nice.
Yeah. I only got the little short one, the one that was released after that big. I think Geek released that. NECA? I forget which one it was.
Well, I actually have the big one.
ThinkGeek was licensing the full-on thing. It wasn't produced by them.
No, but they will occasionally claim that it's a ThinkGeek exclusive, or that they actually made it in their labs. But it's almost always NECA.
But the full-size one wasn't exclusive to them. It was it was sold by other. I
actually bought mine in Calgary.
Yeah,
there's a good reason to actually go to Calgary.
And it was really creepy to bring that on the plane, I tell you.
Why?
Trying to get that through customs, going through the scanner and seeing what the hell is this
All
thing?
you gotta say is that it's a non-firing weapon.
Well, no, you just tell them it's a fucking prop.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing. It's a toy.
Or you whip the thing out at the customs gate. That'll
whip it out. That never goes over well with TSA.
Unlike my Turbo Express, I have the handheld TurboGrafx 16, and I swear that is the only time I will ever call a game console a toy is when I'm going through customs. Because they were questioning it. They grabbed it and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a game.
It's a bomb.
It's a toy." No, it's not a bomb detector. It's not a bomb. It's a toy. I swear to God. So that's
what I'm saying. When you're going through TSA, if it's any kind of prop, some plastic thing with like a couple of electronic parts in it that's purely for fun, just call it a fucking toy.
Like a penis.
Don't try to explain any of it to them. Just tell them it's a fucking toy.
Wrap it in a bunch of dildos. They will never ask.
Oh my god. I remember reading a story about somebody that went through TSA that I think they had an electric razor in their bag or something that accidentally got turned on, and the TSA people said something, made some reference to it vibrating and called it your vibrator. And I was like, oh my god, I wish I could have been there for them calling your fucking razor a vibrator.
It's
can you please turn off your vibrator?
Sir, I'm afraid you're going to have to put that away. Yeah, it wouldn't. To be fair, FNAF, though, if you were carrying like an N-Gage, you could legitimately call that a bomb and still be right. So
this game can't possibly take place all in this one room, can it?
You're talking about
that's just kind of boring.
N-Gage? Is that what
I think it does. I think it does all take place in the one room.
This is such a fun game. It's
bothers
so
me a
fun.
little
Personally,
bit.
when it comes to this type of puzzles, if I was going to play something like this, I would rather play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Yeah.
Because that's a two-player thing, and there is a lot of fun in having to tell each other what to do and trying as hard as you fucking can to keep up with the timer, and then
And blaming the
blowing up.
person that's supposed to help you, that has the instructions. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
It's
even Bomb
so
Squad.
much
You said
fun.
the yellow wire.
Or Bomb Core. Bomb Core.
No, Bomb
Also
Core is in
Jackbox.
Jackbox. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is a different one for
Yeah, I know. I'm
two
just saying
players.
that it's like the same.
Similar, but not quite the same. Bomb Corp has everybody reading out rules for how to solve the particular bomb, and a lot more often it has to deal with cutting wires. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes has a lot of different puzzles on the bombs, and it's about one person having the manual and the other person having to do all the solutions for the puzzles to defuse the bomb, and it is a hell of a lot of fun. It's way better than Bomb Corp.
But still.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's how fun this game is, folks. We're talking about everything but the fucking game.
It started
That's good
off
stuff.
really promising, like when I said it looked like Ratchet and Clank graphics, you see it come up, but then it just kept going down and then back up and then down and back up.
If it's cheap, I'd be interested because I like Picross. So
I would only play this if it was free, really.
well, yeah, you could probably
I
even
wouldn't-
find it on Newgrounds or something.
Maybe
I feel like it probably
Honestly,
is on Newgrounds.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to.
play.
I wouldn't want to put any money into this because it seems a little too simplistic. Like the graphics are nice for what it is, but there's not enough going on to actually make it entertaining. Like what they're
Where's the struggle?
offering, I could get as much enjoyment out of a flat 2D game that I could play for free. Why would I play this?
Speaking of flat games, let's move on to the next one. I know this is going to be tough, and we've never looked at it before, but it's a survival game. Oh, fucking joy.
It's gonna be like that camping game.
Yeah, pretty much. It is called Behind the Memory. It is a first-person mystery exploration game. Take a shot. Described as a walking simulator. Take a shot. With some added elements. Take 2 shots. Can't say I'm terribly interested once I saw the words walking simulator. Yeah, I feel you, Stylo. That's pretty much what
blinking.
this is. This is like a walking simulator with a little bit of telltale artwork for that cutscene.
What was the name of this one again?
Is something profound and bullshit like. It's Behind the Memory.
Behind the Memory. I personally
VR?
don't.
It is not VR.
Okay.
I personally don't have a problem with walking simulators. Like that
Okay.
doesn't bother me. It's more about the quality of what they're showing for me. Based on what I'm seeing in the trailer, it's hard to say if I would personally think this is any good. I see a lot of shit with them just looking around and highlighting individual objects. The characters look fairly low quality.
PS2 game.
Yeah, it kind of
No,
looks
this
like
is
a
at least PS3.
No, it's
No.
not on PS3 level. It's kind of in between the two. You know,
Yeah.
the environments look nicer than PS2. The characters look about the same as PS2. But you know, it's one of those things where I would be on the fence about it. I would want to kind of see how good the story was before I paid for it.
Well, I'm
kind
gonna
of-
jump
Go ahead.
down the rabbit hole for people right now. So, it's not listing a price on Steam, but it is listed on one of my favorite places to go at this point, itch.io, itch.io. Yeah, and it is retailing for $3.99. And you might find a little more information about it out that way. Here is the link to itch.io, and then
You know, if
here's
it's
the game itself.
that price on Steam, I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
Play it for a little bit and see if it's good. And before I hit the 2-hour mark, see if I feel like it was worth the price. If it wasn't, then fucking refund that shit.
That's fair, but
You can actually refund games off of Steam?
On Steam,
yeah.
Within 48 hours of purchase, you can refund a game as long as you have played less than 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Unless
Oh.
it is a very specific situation where there's been a lot of complaints, like say Batman
No
Arkham
Man's
Knight.
Sky?
No,
No Man's Sky.
that's up to the developer. Steam does not have a policy allowing any refunds past 48 hours or 2 hours of play.
Yeah, as I found out, this is gonna make Rob sad. I tried to refund I Am Setsuna simply because I never played it. I'm sorry, but they wouldn't let me refund it. So
Yeah, with Arkham Knight, there were just so many people who were refunding the game because it wouldn't even fucking run for
Yeah.
them. The company decided to pull it from the Steam store.
which is good because it was necessary. But
Well, yeah, it wouldn't even run for the majority of players, and they didn't have much choice because so many people couldn't play the game that they were actually losing money. Because when you buy the game, you're paying so much in order to get it, but Steam takes a certain percentage of the price. But when you refund the game, the full amount comes back to you, but Steam keeps their cut. So
Well, maybe
many
don't release
people,
a piece of shit.
so many people were refunding Arkham Knight that Warner Brothers was actually losing money on the title being on Steam. That's why they pulled it from the Steam store.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't release a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. They should have put in more quality control on their fucking game before they released it. But they
They
didn't.
should have developed it.
And they
period.
lost
End of
money
story.
from putting it on Steam because they were too fucking lazy.
Well, that being said, speaking of lazy, I am not. I feel nothing for this thing. Not because I hate walking simulators,
Yeah,
but
ditto.
because I hate walking simulators. There's nothing here that makes me interested in any way, shape, or form.
The
Like I
cinematics
said,
look so beautiful, and then the
it
gameplay
is-
is so blocky and texturized.
It looks great for $4, so maybe I'm just a prick, which
It's
I am.
$4?
like I
Yeah.
like I said, for me, walking simulator is not a deal breaker on a game. I have played walking simulator games that I fucking loved. Ones where there's no real gameplay. If the story is good enough, then I don't give a shit. Dear Esther, I fucking loved that game.
Well, let me explain the story of the game. There is no story listed for the game.
Oh, yeah. Totally
Is
sick.
a game
then, like I
focused
said,
on exploration with a big presence of a narrative compound. The idea of this project was to take the walking simulator genre and push it a step further by mixing it with an emotional story and cinematic aesthetics. We're, however, not going to tell you the fucking story on the page for some inexplicable reason. You play as a man called Hector who returns home after several years of trying to escape his own past.
so like I said,
That's it.
At $4, I would probably give it a chance and
It's
play
worth
it.
a chance.
And play it. And if before I hit that 2-hour mark, it still seems like shit, then I refund it. And if enough people agree that it's shit, then they just wind up losing money on putting that game out there.
Oh, that's not
Average-
showing a whole lot.
Average duration of the game is about an hour, and that's directly from the developers. So the real
So I
question
could
is, do you
easily
feel-
find out within the amount of time I'd have.
So the real question is, does that mean that that's not worthwhile? $4, personally, I would give it a shot. I have to agree with that. But at the same time, it really just depends on your audience. I really don't think it's going to be well received on Steam because the majority of Steam users are fucking assholes when it comes to reviews.
Almost nothing is received well on Steam. That's the
Just
thing.
about. Yeah. Unless it's memes. That's about it. But, hey, you only need a GeForce 640 to run this thing. So,
640, you say?
Yeah.
I don't know if my 970 could keep up with that.
I don't know. That'd be kind of hard. It says it also needs at least 3 gig of hard drive space, so there's that too. It's a
Wow,
big
that's
old
actually
game.
pretty big
Yeah, right.
for a $4 game.
Well, any
Nope,
other thoughts on
3DS.
this? Is it going to be on the 3DS? Oh,
Nah, I
you,
just see a 3DS.
no, that'd be great.
If
All
it's
right.
on 3DS, I'll buy a walking simulator.
Yeah, I don't think you got enough gigs.
You already got a
on the
walking
3DS.
sim. It's called Pokemon. You're fine.
Not at all. The actual walking sim, the one that came on our phone. I don't even want to play it, even though the Johto Pokemon are coming out.
Starman's talking
But
smack
I
there.
would say in
Screaming.
particular, even in Pokemon, like moving around the map, Caitlin was using the bicycle, not walking.
Yeah, and I did that in real life too. When I played Pokemon in real life, I used my bicycle, not walking.
I don't even want to call that thing Pokemon in real life. I enjoyed it. I just don't enjoy it anymore because
I didn't really enjoy it because
You're
there
in the
was-
middle of nowhere, though.
It's not even that. It's just there was not enough to do in it.
You didn't want
Like-
to catch 30 million Pidgeys? Why not?
They could be a Ditto.
Oh, wow. So much there to capture my attention.
That's
I
all.
don't know how I managed not to get into the game with just walking around continuously trying to catch one Pokemon after another and another and another and another, and then going to a gym and doing a quick little fight to try and take that over, and then
It was
walking
a cool
around to
incentive, though,
catch
to-
another Pokemon and another and another.
Well, they say that
and
hell
another.
is repetition, Eli, and God knows we do this show often enough. It's got to be true. So we're going to move on to the next one. The game is called Downward. It is going to be released on December 19th.
You
And
don't
it is-
name your game after a potential failure.
Oh, it's
I was
going to
gonna say
get
a
better.
flush.
It's going to get better. It's a parkour adventure game that's set in the medieval ruins of a post-apocalyptic Earth. Oh,
What?
hey, Mirror.
Wait,
Edge.
what?
Mm-hmm.
A parkour game in medieval post-apocalyptic Earth.
That's what I've got in front of my face.
What?
I'm gonna go click on the page and yeah, no, it legitimately says first-person open-world parkour adventure set in the medieval ruins of post-apocalyptic planet Earth. You must master body, mind, and spirit, for agility, precision, and determination are the only tools that will help you make sense of this world and change your fate.
The
Kind of looks
gameplay-
absolutely gorgeous, though.
Look
It's
at the
Mirror's
best gameplay
Edge.
we've seen
The
so far
graphics
today.
look- it's not like Mirror's Edge.
It looks like it.
And no, no.
Care to
Yeah.
elaborate?
Mirror's Edge was a much more modern and vibrant look than what's in here, and everything was grounded. In this game, you have a lot of things floating around. You have individual chunks of architecture that are totally by themselves. You have islands in the middle of the fucking ocean. Individual pieces of architecture floating over the ocean and over these tiny little islands. Mirror's Edge was a full city, and it was intended to be essentially like this ultra modern supposed utopia that treated people like shit. Whereas this is just little chunks of environment for you to
But the
jump.
gameplay
Kind of reminds me of like Halo's
is-
Forge.
So
I'm not bothered by that. I'm bothered by all the fucking buzzwords. Jesus Christ, my head exploded with all those.
There are a lot of buzzwords in there, and I think that the way they tried to style it is kind of fucking ridiculous. And I can see repeating textures from their terrain generator in the engine, even on small sections of terrain. It to me, like, it looks like they just threw a whole bunch of ideas together. There are minor similarities to the way that Mirror's Edge played, but not really. Like, it doesn't compare.
Well, like I said, I count, let's see, first person's a buzzword, open world's a buzzword, parkour, adventure, medieval for whatever fucking reason. and post-apocalyptic. That's legitimately everything. If you just took those in a blender, you could get an indie game.
And
At this point.
nothing in the trailer even remotely indicates medieval. Nothing. There's primitive architecture, and that is the closest it fucking gets.
Well,
nothing in the trailer at all suggests medieval.
Well, pretty much.
Why did they even
the
use
only
that
thing,
word?
I think it is fair to say that it's kind of like Mirror's Edge, because when it comes down to it, you hear parkour game and open world, you usually think Mirror's Edge, or maybe even Dying Light, because there was a little bit of parkour in there too.
Okay, as far as open world though, Mirror's Edge Catalyst was open world. The first Mirror's Edge wasn't.
Very linear.
I agree.
But again, the gameplay is the only part of it that really seems kind of close to Mirror's Edge, and even that, not really, because it's only focusing on like the very limited parkour aspect of it, and in Mirror's Edge, like from looking at the trailer here, I get the impression there was more depth to the parkour in Mirror's Edge. This one, it has very specific mechanics that it focuses on, and it looks like it did those relatively well. But it also throws in some other random shit, like when you jump onto a light orb, then you throw out a little light orb to another light orb, and you get pulled into that. And that's not even parkour. That's like using a grappling hook gun.
That's warp. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like they're doing a lot of shortcuts in the gameplay, and like it looks smooth and fluid, and it might be fun. I don't feel like it's realistically an actual parkour game. It's using the idea of parkour as a gimmick.
Well, the dev directly is defending, of course, the dev is defending his comments in the community channel, because of course he is. It says, thanks for the feedback. Description is accurate. First-person open-world parkour is not a usual suspect in my humble opinion. This is after somebody said, wow, there are a lot of buzzwords. So other people other than me are saying this. There are a few titles that explore these game mechanics, but not quite as you will find in Downward. And in any case, this genre is certainly not played out, not yet. Also, usually when a game is post-apocalyptic, it is not in a medieval setting. This just happens to be the case here because of the rich storyline. Wait, this is his logic. This is fun. Because of the rich storyline that Downward players will follow, it's quite original and will be pretty exciting. Conclusion, every game has a genre, possibly some subgenres and a setting. We think it's important that players understand exactly what mix they are getting, as well as what makes Downward unique.
Okay.
Proceed.
So, medieval? Fuck no. This is not medieval. Medieval was a specific period in fucking Europe with castles and knights. None of what's in this matches with medieval times.
What if there are knights somewhere in the game?
There are no knights. There are fucking rock creatures.
But maybe they're rock knights.
And the pillar architecture is more like ancient Greece in Rome.
But also, his justification of saying the genre is not played out yet. So, like, that's almost him admitting that he's just fucking tagging along in a genre that people like just making a parkour game because people want to play parkour games.
And it's also like they're taking two genres that everybody already knows, putting them together, making them unique. Like hamburger earmuffs. Like, come on, buddy.
I would totally like a hamburger earmuff.
Are you out of alcohol, Eli? Your glass looked empty.
Yeah, my glass is empty right now. I have more alcohol here, but I don't have any more ice.
You notice that his opinion gets further and further south, the less his alcohol runs out. So.
That has nothing to do with it. This game, like, the game itself looks okay, but the description that the dev provided is a load of bullshit.
Well, if you think that's bad, you better gird your loins, because we got some even worse shit happening 2 games from now. So,
oh boy,
here we go. Any other thoughts on this medieval post-apocalyptic, I swear I'm not trying to option a movie type of thing?
I'm gonna lodge a protest. Fuck this game, just because of the dev's description. That's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Any other thoughts, Caitlin? It looks pretty, right?
It looks so pretty, and
Awesome.
honestly, like you guys are knocking it so hard. Sure, it's not medieval, but it is really cool. Like you have to like hop around those golems to like get through. Like, what's the plot? We don't know the plot because this is only a trailer.
I'm not knocking the game. I'm knocking the dev's description of the game.
Well,
Okay.
he just happens to feel that every genre is his genre, and that he's gonna genre the fuck out of that genre.
What's the price on this one?
Yeah.
The price is we're not sure yet.
Ugh.
That's been every game.
None
so
of
far.
them want to tell us how much money.
Except for the $3.99 one. But
Well,
But that was
on
a
the digging
different thing, though. That wasn't on Steam. That was
I had to dig for that price, but it's made by
itch.io.
I had to. But it's made by a group called Karkle Games. Yeah, like the animal. I don't know why.
I used to steal my glass, but it's probably because it's like minus 15 here. But
yeah, that could totally be why. Because yeah. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one because there's really not much else you can say about that.
Okay.
The next one is a simulator. Yay! It's a railroad sim. Yay! It's called EEP. I have no idea what EEP is, but this is apparently the 13th iteration.
Can
No.
you suplex the train?
It's not DDP. It's EEP. EEP.
Wow.
Thank you for showing us your EP.
Is that Thomas the Train? Choo choo, motherfucker.
So is this like blueprints if you ever want to start collecting railroads?
I guess, but for some reason,
Oh, this actually doesn't look too bad for somebody that likes building games.
apparently DHL has a sponsorship because their logo is plastered on.
Okay, flat out, just because DHL is sponsoring anything in this, fuck this game. I do not like DHL at all. They're a fucking weird ass company, and
I find it interesting that a lot of none of them have anything going, except for the last game. None of them have anything going on in their community page. So I think that all of these have been released just today, which is good.
Did you not see you could just play with your wood? They just put logs in the pond. That's the thing.
For me, I would just want to make them crash.
That's why I was like hoping I saw them like coming close. I'm like, oh please.
Dude! Oh, sorry.
Or even just a tip over.
Close.
Oh.
How much you want to bet?
just
that
the
there's
tip.
no collision
Just the
detection?
tip.
Oh. Just make a giant circle where it's just constantly going into a tunnel.
Yeah, I'm the bastard that would make Roller Coaster Tycoon just go flying and explode.
That's
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how people got so into stuff like Roller Coaster Tycoon, where it's like you just design a roller coaster and then you watch it slowly
people
play out in front of you. It's like, that's not like real life.
Yeah,
You don't get the same experience. How do people enjoy that as much as...
It's legitimately to set it up. It's
Dutch?
legitimately to set it up. Yeah, it's Dutch.
Okay.
It's like
Well,
back in the day when we all had Hot Wheels cars and you had to set up the Hot Wheels track and you could set it up any way you wanted and then you would like race them down. That's why people like Roller Coaster Tycoon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I take
Okay,
that back.
but-
This is German. So
But those little Hot Wheels tracks and stuff, that was more about,
A train
Whoever-
simulator made by German. Yeah, that makes sense.
but the Hot Wheels tracks were more about, who you had hanging out with you while you were launching the cars down the track.
Not at all. I just wanted to see how they'd go down, and that's how why people like building games. They want to see how it plays out.
Okay, I don't understand you then, because for me personally, it was like, I could do that for a little bit, but then I'd want to move on to something else, because there's only so much I could do by myself on Hot Wheels track. If there was somebody else there, then the two of us fucking around with the thing, making it do random shit, we could laugh together and make jokes about it, but without that, it's like, how much can you really do?
well, I do want to say that the only other game that these guys apparently have on Steam, there's a couple others, but they're all related to EEP. So this is EEP 13. This isn't my jam, but neither is Farming Simulator, neither are any of the other simulators.
Goat
This
Simulator.
looks
OPP.
This actually looks really, really good if you're trying to plan out your own like physical train set or physical train model that you're gonna build. Like I would totally use it for that.
That is a very specific use case.
It is a very specific use case, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it'll be used for. But if there's one thing I know about people that do the model train thing, they're very, very, very specific, and they are everywhere.
But the question is, how does that market compare to the market for
Gamepad Fahig?
It probably does. What's that?
Wait, where did you see
Fahig.
that?
You just sold your firstborn.
It was on the top. Gameplay Fahig.
Well,
what's the eye with the weird looking eye with like 2 dots instead of 1
dot? The 2 dots over the top are called an umlaut. That changes the pronunciation of the eye.
So officially, EEP stands for Eisenbahn EXE Professional. That is what it means. That is specifically the name of this series.
Totally similar to OPP.
Yeah, no, not.
Yeah, you know me.
I knew that was gonna happen. But can we just take a few seconds to make the off-color comment to state that this is a German train simulator? Let that hang for a second.
Here comes the logs.
Okay, we're not talking about making people take showers on the train here.
Actually, you can see inside the cabin, so theoretically you could.
But you're not making people take involuntary showers on the train. Your comparison is off base.
Well, apparently, but I can just build the base according to this game, so it doesn't really matter.
Get into Empire Strikes Back territory?
Yes.
Empire Strike. Okay.
Let's just move on.
That Game Fahig thing is coming up.
I believe that Game Fahig.
Tell me how to say it.
Is it coming up?
It keeps trying not to say Fahig, but that's how it looks.
Yeah.
It should be like when it says like the bulleted points, and I'm pretty sure it's the end of the trailer it comes up.
Well, again, not to be nasty about it, but it's not my thing. I know a lot of people will go nuts for this.
Yeah. This is probably one of the more successful games that we probably watched tonight.
Okay, that's an A with an umlaut over it.
What's it saying?
I don't know what that's specific.
Fahig.
Just go to Google Translate, type it in, find out.
Wait, you said this game was Dutch?
No, it's German.
Last time we used Google, I got
Okay, if it's German, then I can say flat out the umlaut over a vowel means that there is an E added to the sound of it, which in the case of an A makes it sound like eh instead of ah, as is normal in German. So fag, the word becomes fag.
Is it less Canadian?
It's my German's rusty, but I'm pretty sure if it says controller dash Fahig, it probably just means you can play with a controller.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like compatible or something like that.
Would you play
it? Why don't I just Google this shit?
Yeah, that would probably be a good way to go.
Fahig.
I told you when I last used Google, I got like the Master Death was the master death file of like Social Security.
Oh, well, there you go. So it is directly translated to English as able to. So there you go.
So controller capable.
Controller able to. I'm just gonna post this in case anybody's curious as to how to actually pronounce it. So
it's Fahig.
There you go.
I took 2 years of German in high school.
Well, in case anybody that has not taken 2 years of German wants to find out.
If you took 2 years of German, then I am Mickey Mouse.
Ich kann dich nicht verstehen. Ich bin zu weiß.
The only German I know comes from Calvin and Hobbes.
Was ist los?
It's was ist los.
Well, anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one, and it's the start of the VR games, guys. God help us all. The first one is Flight Simulator VR.
Another simulator?
Of course it is. What else are you going to use?
It's the first one of the night. Oh wait.
Oh, it's the first. It's not the last. It is billing itself as the most realistic VR flight simulator game.
Where's your legs?
What company made this?
The company is totally not Microsoft.
Do we get to
Even though
play
you might think it is.
Where's the legs? It's
is
not realistic.
BC Interactive.
Is he using both seats? He's got 4 legs.
Go ahead.
Just for the fact that they have the balls to call it Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
I hope Microsoft sues the shit out of them.
I feel like there's no other choice in this matter. Microsoft has to just knock them into the ground.
Flight Simulationer?
No. It's just the very fact that it's called Flight Simulator when Microsoft has been doing that series for a very long time. Like, there's no way they're going to survive.
Are they actually going to fly? Okay, finally. I was like, we've just been looking at the cabin for the first, like, a minute and a half.
I just want to crash.
Are we going to simulate stuff?
I just want to simulate the crash.
In the trailer, they actually do simulate a crash, so...
Okay, good.
Sit tight.
Oh my god, and the takeoff they're showing is way the fuck faster than a plane normally actually takes off.
And I love that mouse pointer. The mouse pointer just gives it away.
Yeah. Oh my god. I thought that was my mouse pointer until you said that.
Nope, it's totally theirs.
It's in the fucking trailer.
Is it in the trailer?
That's in the trailer.
Oh, man.
It's in the fucking trailer. They left the mouse pointer.
So
it's in 4x3. It's not in 16x9.
I want to say that, let's see, these guys have also done games called Off-Road VR, Space Journey,
VR.
Adventures of Hui.
VR.
No, that's not VR.
No way.
Staircase of Darkness.
VR.
To heaven.
Is VR. Flight Simulator.
They don't even show any carnage or blood or gut.
Although what they did show from that little crash is that they're flat terrain with no elevation changes whatsoever has an infinitely repeating texture on it that is really fucking obvious.
Yeah. No, I would normally give benefit of the doubt on this one, but I don't think there's any that can be had. I do love that in the trailer there's some object that's just going crazy as hell for some reason. But
I think the highlight of this video is the mouse pointer.
Well, what are you referring to as going crazy as hell?
No, mouse pointer doesn't.
Oh, I'm looking at another trailer. There's another trailer. No, it's the same trailer. I'm sorry. It's just, oh god, it just looks like what you normally see.
Cabin.
There's like an object. There's an object on the trailer that's just wigging out, like what you'd see if in a game. Oh, it's just terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna move on.
Where are you seeing it though?
Oh, it's a trailer that's not even on Steam. I'll link it in a second, but let's just move on. What can you say about this?
No, but the object that you're talking about wigging out, where is it? Like,
it's inside the cabin itself. No, it looked like it was the yoke for a second. But anyway, the long and short is this game is going to get sued into oblivion as soon as Microsoft hears about it, because Flight Simulator is way too close to the Flight Simulator.
How can you go outside the cockpit?
Yeah, I also love that part about how you're able to stick your head through the window.
What the hell? Okay, I just want to see the crash again, and then we can move on.
It is a spectacularly awful crash.
This whole thing is awful.
There is no elevation change whatsoever on any part of the terrain.
There we go.
All flat.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Now I would have given them extra points if the player character flew out of the windshield.
Yes.
I would have been fine with that.
Or
he's already out of the windshield.
Both things are moving.
I'm just so it's obviously an early access game. Its release date is the 16th. Yeah.
Does not release it.
Sadly,
it's bad, and you should feel bad.
If the mouse isn't in the gameplay, I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I can't believe they left the cursor in the fucking trailer for their game.
That's
just
a pet peeve of mine. Whenever I'm watching trailers or anything, it's like you just want to pick at it. It's like, come on, move.
This is just fucking terrible. All right, so if you thought that was bad, you thought that was terrible. The next game is also a flight sim, but it's got dragons, yo.
Okay, it's got to be better than this.
The game is called Dragon Skies VR.
So how to train your dragon.
2.
And I'm just going to let this run, and I'm not going to say a friggin' word.
I doubt that.
Whoa, this is great. Let's. Oh my god, you got a freaking gun.
Oh, penis blimp.
This is Panzer Dragoon.
No, it's not
graphics.
Panzer Dragoon.
Don't you dare blaspheme Panzer Dragoon.
I knew you couldn't keep your mouth shut.
Well, I wanted to let the trailer start it.
Guns.
What the hell am I looking at?
Something awful.
You're looking at something I could play.
Why
is she wearing shoes?
Why is she wearing like a 50s? Well, not even a 50s dress. She's wearing like a.
He didn't say what year it was, and there's a gun. He has a gun.
So that doesn't make it
that's
automatically
not uncommon in games at all.
He's making fondue.
Why is he making fondue?
Something to do.
It appears he's making magical fondue that is pooped out by the machine. It doesn't even show you what comes of the magical fondue. It just gets pooped out by the machine, and he grabs it, and trailer's done.
That's how dragons are made.
And that's how they get you. That's how they get you in trailers. If you want to go
look at this
buy
blimp.
the game.
But I don't. That's the thing. I don't see anything that makes me want this.
So about this game, Dragon Skies VR is a story-based RPG shooter that puts you right in the saddle as your kingdom's sole dragon rider. Mount up
with no hands.
Mount up and fly your dragon through treacherous valleys and caves, battling with rebel airship pilots that want nothing more than to take you down a notch. With a rich story, living characters, a powerful spell crafting system, and decisions to make that affect the future of the world, you are certain to find yourself immersed with Dragon Skies VR. Not based on that trailer, no.
Kellogg would like this.
This trailer looks like an awful mishmash of medieval weird shit and modern stuff. Like, seriously, they're using fucking flat screen monitors, like touch screen monitors, to do fucking menus in the game. And at the same
time, it's kind of cool.
And at the same time, the pistol that the guy is carrying while he's flying around on the dragon in one shot explodes a fucking tower. In one shot.
It's a really good gun, and he hit the gas tank, Eli. That's all it is.
He shot
I have to say, this is in the line with Snow Horse. I'd play this.
Middle. What is it?
How is this in line with Snow Horse?
Because
we tried to get you not to buy Snow Horse, and you still did it.
Cool. And we're playing for like 5 hours.
Hit the weak spot for massive damage. That's what I'm trying to get at.
What? What?
Not a giant crab battle.
This is cool.
Oh, you get to pet your dragon? I missed that part.
That's awesome. Look at that. See? Come on, guys. There's something wrong with you people.
So this game appeals to dragon furries. Gotcha.
This game appeals to people with a soul, like me.
Oh, well.
Why'd you even shoot that blip down? It didn't look like it was attacking you at all. You just...
Seriously, the little furnace-looking machine poops out a potion.
This is like the first thing that we've even seen on this show that I thought kind of looked a little bit cool, although it is VR. Like, and you guys
just say that like it's a bad thing.
That's
it's a bad thing because I can't play it easily. Like, it's a VR, so I can't get the full experience like Kellogg could.
Oh man, I am so waiting for my VR.
Play in your kitchen.
He wants to like grab it and give me extra reason to come.
Caitlin,
over.
let me tell you straight out. Right. When it comes to this game, it would also happen to make you vomit relatively fast.
Can I tell you that I would like to have my email notifications just float in midair like that?
Your SN mail.
SN mail. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the pistol can shoot cannonballs, Eli. Duh. It says right there.
Doy.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest thing that I've seen all night. We've seen like 6 or 7 other trailers that are also as bad. Yeah. Now I know that if Kellogg were here, he would say that this looks awesome because it's VR and it's a good use of VR.
It's awesome even if it wasn't VR. Even if it were like a regular game, I would enjoy it.
And then we would have an argument about why VR sucks. And that
this is at least better than the flight simulator that we just watched.
Like, come on! After of suckers that we just watched, you're telling me this isn't the coolest thing you've seen in a while? Like, you get to shoot ships out of the air. Like, who gets to do that?
With a pistol.
Yep.
Yep.
Although I will appreciate it. Yeah, if the dragons crumple up like a smart car when you crash, I'm all for it. But other than that, I actually feel.
Sorry.
That's probably the best answer. They should transform.
This is also like my 4th beer. So that's more than I usually drink.
I looked at a table in that cave, just like Caitlin.
FNAF is sold just because you get to pet a
dragon. Come on, that's awesome.
That is clearly what makes this great. This game.
It is. You guys are just wrong. Accept it.
I lost my shit.
When drunk, but I have FNAF here to defend me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I lost my shit when I was able to pick up a kitty cat in Twilight Princess. Done.
Oh, man.
That sounds like such a great reason for me to give a shit.
I hope to hell that we clip that portion of the whole show and just replay it over and over and over and over. Yeah, if it was a robot dragon,
you just remove it from the podcast.
Wait a second. The problem is we need Trogdor DLC. Otherwise, this is not a buy.
Burning in the countryside.
So I can't guarantee it.
Well, does that mean you can pet Trogdor?
Oh my gosh!
I wouldn't advise it because he'd be burning you.
Trogdor would probably be a little pissed.
Okay, sorry.
You could burn the countryside. Come on now, like.
I think Mike is losing his shit on this trailer. We might need to move on to
another one. I want to just let the trailer keep rolling, man.
How is this not everything you ever wanted? There's something wrong with you people.
Because I don't need.
Do you have any idea what I actually want out of a game?
I don't need a fondue pot that shits magic potion.
You want a game that produces booze, right?
That would be amazing.
That's the kind of game.
Wait a second. Is such a thing possible, and can I get
that? Scientifically, no, but we can still hope.
Wait, we could easily just write a program that plays as a game, but is really a still control.
Yeah, and it distributes liquid. Why not?
I must retire to the privy.
That's doable. And you can
it's
3D print your parts.
But that still doesn't fix the fact that we're looking at a very poor looking.
Did I miss the pet yet?
God, no, you didn't.
Oh my God.
I'm moving on. I'm moving the fuck on.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I don't think Trogdor could fly. I don't remember. Could Trogdor fly? I mean, he can burn and
No, he can just burn and eat the people.
Anyway. I feel like Trogdor should be able to fly at this point. But yeah,
I would agree with
got it right. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like a VR game, you can't really judge the gameplay until you play it. It could be fun. Who gives a shit if it makes any sense? We are not here to make sense, dear sir or madam. We are here to shitpost. That's what we're here for. Since we can't shitpost, we're going to shit talk. So we're just spewing. That's the fun of it.
Or madam.
I want to get Google Cardboard so I can watch YouTube in Google Cardboard.
I was going to say, just get some cardboard, write Google on it. There you go. You're done.
Sweet.
Technically, you can make your own Google Cardboard if you cut out the cardboard yourself. The only thing you have to pay for necessarily is the lenses that go in it. But you can use whatever magnets you've got around, and you can use whatever you want to make a strap.
What? Caitlin disappeared. What?
Oh,
it's okay. She's off.
She's gone.
Sorry, I had to go to use the privy.
Wait, she had to go hunt Pokemon. Let's not lie. Admit it.
Well, I had
a problem.
She does have a problem. She's not playing Pokemon.
Thumper
right
sounds
now.
good.
Well, I
I'd play
want to
Thumper.
play Pokemon, but then my hands felt like they were somebody else's
You're supposed to be
hands.
practicing against twin mold.
No.
Okay, this is like the best trailer of the night right here. Awesome.
You're just saying that because of the petting.
Isn't it just a black screen? Oh,
It's a
okay,
black
I thought we were on to the
screen.
next one.
Oh, there we go. So the
That
next
goes
game
out.
on this list is a space game, I'm guessing.
Because no,
Because
seriously,
it's fucking black, that's why.
is the trailer running right now?
Does it take place in medieval
No,
space?
it's not.
The game is called Astroneer. It is yet another early access game.
Oh God.
Oh God, help us all.
Oh, yes.
It's a mix of
It's
Minecraft
so adorable.
and No Man's Sky graphics.
No.
Christ
Hey, what do you
almighty.
think of it?
Cute.
No.
Astronaut. Come on, that's adorable.
Just let us talk up this one game.
It is not adorable. It's just stupid.
Come on, stop it, Eli. Stop being a buzzkill. I've had 4 beers and I'm happy.
I want to play Tetris.
That's because you're
Oh.
like way closer to your limit than I am. This is stupid.
Well, let's start with Caitlin and then we'll talk about why she's wrong. Caitlin, why do you like this?
Well, look at him. He's running around like an adorable, like, awesome landscape that's sort of cartoony.
Oh, I just fell. Oh, I fell again.
And look, he fell over in the snow, and he fell over in the desert, and he'll probably fall over in the sandstorm, and,
The Martian will happen.
None of that makes a good game.
look at him, he fell over in the sandstorm.
Oh, multiplayer. It's
Oh, high
multiplayer.
five.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah, there is single player. There's
Me and
single
Caitlin are
player
just skipping
online.
Around.
Online
you guys are
co-op?
jealous.
You get to drive
Sorry,
a buzz.
you're on stream.
Oh,
Rover!
God.
You get your own
As-
rover?
Yeah, as far as tonight, this is the cream of the crop.
I'm gonna
No,
look
it's
and
not.
see if
Down the creme.
I have to wonder if is
So,
this what
hey-
Halo Games is doing now because they fucked up with No Man's Sky? They just took some of the art assets and released another game.
Did you say Halo games?
Hello Games.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. This is the only game that they've done, so I'm getting way
I
too
like it.
much of a
I'd
No
pay, like,
Man's
up
Sky
to-
vibe.
I pay like $10 for this.
Well, that's great and all, but we don't know what it's
What
gonna cost.
I don't understand is why is it dropping the little voxel boxes in front of the character if the character just fucking clips through them anyway and they have no effect? What is the point?
Because Eli, it's early access, man. It's gonna happen.
Imagination.
Watch out for that tree, man.
That's right.
They've got 3D
Please in
freaking.
space.
So this sucker is gonna launch for $20. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh,
really?
God, no.
Yep, $20
Hey,
available.
we need to
December
go start a
16th.
GoFund us page.
This is not worth 20 fucking
Oh,
dollars.
it gets better. So here's what the developers have to say.
DLC?
There's already DLC planned. We will be in early access on Steam so that we may get the game in the hands of players as soon as possible. Engaging with the Astroneer community early on is important to us. That we may work, buzzword, blah, blah, blah. How is the full version? Planned to differ from the early access version. The full version of Astroneer will be the complete aerospace exploration fantasy. I've heard that before. Explore infinitely diverse worlds with unique atmospheres, biomes, and landscapes. Heard that before.
I
Shape
just
your
don't-
world with a myriad of deformation tools and features. Heard that before. Survive against a number of reality-based hazards. Take a shot. From weather situations, take a shot. Turbulent environments, take a shot. And unforeseen medical crises, like, dying. Build and manage a working industrial base and leave your fingerprint of the galaxy's economy. Customize everything from what your Astroneer looks like to the modules you produce and the rovers you own. Play with friends or strangers in an online experience that encourages communication and cooperation to succeed. This is totally not going to work. Like, at all.
Yeah,
It's
who
already
wants to
working.
cooperate though?
Unravel
a
the
burger.
mysteries of the galaxy as you
I
search
would
for
race
elusive
in those
rare items.
rovers. Or like,
I just...
Demolition
What the
Derby.
fuck are they actually going for with this
They're
game?
going for a cheaper version of No Man's Sky.
And why does the
A better
fucking
version.
character keep falling over when nothing happens?
Gravity.
Yeah, it's totally gravity. That's all it is.
because space. Dark matter.
Aliens.
There are no
Aliens.
aliens in this game.
Oh my
Dark
God.
matter.
Well,
Amusing
yeah, there
enough.
are. There totally are. It's the Astroneer.
Wait, does their ship take off without them? That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, our only way home. Shit.
I will laugh. I will laugh so hard if I find out that Sean Murray is behind this fucking thing. Because it really, to me, it looks like repurposed No Man's Sky graphics.
That's
Looks
just
better,
because No Man's Sky, when it came out, it used some kind of shitty looking, almost cell shaded graphics.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which this is cell shaded graphics.
Yeah.
So.
But even so, it just seems like it's so on the nose to me. It just seems like all the descriptions are legitimately what No Man's Sky also claimed it was going to be and never was.
Although, honestly, this does actually look like it has more gameplay than No Man's Sky did.
Yeah, well, that's goes without saying. No Man's Sky doesn't have shit.
Yeah. This one at least has you actually building things and putting things together.
And you can race. And you can fall down.
It still looks like a bad game, though.
It looks better than most of the games tonight. The first one I think is my favorite of the bunch.
The biggest issue...
The first one, I think, was the best one, sadly.
So far, yeah. We started off strong, and then the rest of it just went to hell.
The shooting game, Neptune?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick, fast. The only complaint we had was it looked too fast that it wasn't gameplay. That was like altered trailer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that the devs could possibly not realize that they are going to be compared, no matter what.
And Lord of War, the landscapes in this game, there are flat polygons making up the landscape with like single color.
That's what space looks like.
Text. It's just a single color on any given polygon. The shading of the color changes depending on the angle of the polygon versus the angle of the light source. But there's no actual texture to anything on the terrain. It's just flat colors.
There's day and night cycles and weather patterns.
That's awesome.
I don't know. That dragon game.
That dragon game is not going to win. The dragon is not coming back.
You get to pet dragons.
So what? Who cares? Just go find a lizard, pet it.
Never leave him alone in a room with a dragon.
Yes, I have.
Afraid of that.
Lord of War. I actually did a bunch of videos on this channel playing The Long Dark. I fucking love that game, but there was a lot more personality to what was going on in The Long Dark than there is in this game, and they had more complex textures than what is in this game. And I will readily say that The Long Dark does not have high quality graphics. It is specifically low quality graphics with an artsy look, and it's better graphics than what's in this.
Astroneer, so you're astronaut engineer. So who wants to buy it for me and Caitlin?
Nope.
So you two are gonna play it, huh?
Yeah, I like it. It seems fun.
What is it about the game that looks fun to you?
But I kind of want to figure out what it's all about.
Okay, but Dreamy, before you commit seppuku, why is it you want to play this thing?
I don't know. It looks like you're an engineer, and you're like you can rescape the landscape, and there's also you have the rovers, so that could be fun. You can just make yourself a big ass like like not like skateboard park, but like for your rover, you could like alter so much things where it's
rover,
like kind of like
come on over.
You don't even need to like play the game as it's tend to. You just make it into something better, kind of like Halo does with their Forge system, or Warcraft 3 did with their map editor. It looks like you just kind of make your own thing.
Then
yeah, but is it worth $20? That's the next question I've got. I mean, the biggest.
Like I said, I would be comfortable with like 10, maybe 15 pushing it. 20, I don't know. Like maybe I'd have to like play the demo if it was free or something like that. Like I'm not sure how early access works. Damn it.
You
can definitely set up your GoFundMe campaign for this game.
Yeah. so FNAF, there's nothing here to pet, but what are your thoughts on the game?
It's cute. It gives the vibe of The Martian a bit. Like the movie Matt Damon Martian.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Maybe Matt Damon's in this.
I don't know. I mean, it looks a little goofy. But, and like Eli said, the polygons are pretty bad. I mean,
it fits with it though. It fits with the style of game.
Really though.
Yeah. Honestly, like when you look at the actual like properly 3D model objects, like what
I
I
do
the whole
assume,
point of the
I
game is
do
that
like
you
the
can build.
grafting.
But
Like
what would you want them
changing
to,
of the terrain?
to
I think that's
turn
pretty
into?
cool. But
Like
there's other games that have done that better.
Okay.
I think
And
it'd be
then
hard if it wasn't
Caitlin, why is this thing cute? Because I know that's your
As I
major
said,
problem.
like I don't normally like space games, but you're not really in space. You're on a planet and you're kind of exploring the world, and you're this cute, like, kind of failure of an astronaut. And that reminds me of myself. I'm a failure. So, like, together, we can like learn about this planet.
Oh, did you see that thing just fell off the top of their ship and just blew away? You just looked so disappointed it fell down.
The derpiest astronauts. That's probably what we'd have to call a show if we actually
We are
did
Earth's
things.
only hope, and we're just like joyriding this fucking planet.
and clipping through all of the things that are on the terrain
But early
because the
access.
programmers could not be bothered to try and do physics on anything
early
on
access
top of the
It's
terrain.
totally
Physics
fine
are
because it's early
overrated. They
access.
don't apply on
This
this
is
planet.
pre-alpha, though. Hey,
Oh,
you know what?
I
bullshit.
don't
if you're
care.
if you're asking for money, you don't get to hide behind the early access tag, okay? It's as simple as that. If you're asking for money for people to play this and be your fucking beta testers or even alpha testers, you don't have the ability to hide behind its early access. You know, I'll knock on it, but if you're gonna release something,
Ugh.
even if it's in a rough state, fucking say so. There is nothing about this to me that screams I need to play this.
Does it tell you how many players you can have at one time? Like, I know we say that probably co-op, but like
No,
does it
because
say,
for some reason there's no information about that type of thing.
because could you imagine
on
if
their
it could have like
Steam
20 people online or something, and you're just like messing around?
Yeah, it
That'd
says
be pretty
nothing
cool.
about it. And the gripe I have is that there's really not a lot of information. And again, you know, to bring it up again, because a lot of people kind of got burned by it. Hello Games and No Man's Sky did something very similar where they didn't really give a lot of information. Now is the time, devs, to fucking say everything that it can do or can't do. This is the time to do that. So you should say, if you can do co-op, how many people can you actually cooperate with? So
Well, they may
Or not
not
cooperate
know
with.
until they get closer, though.
They learn to war
they're
state players,
6
but not
days
20.
away from release. They better fucking know by now.
Oh, they're that close?
Yeah. This
Then
is
yeah,
releasing
they
on the
should know.
16th.
Now,
So-
the full-fledged game
or
on
3
the
days.
16th?
Well,
Or
not the
just
full-fledged
pre-alpha?
game, but the early access releases on the in 3 days. So now would
Maybe they're
really
gonna
be a
do-
good time.
Maybe they're going to be doing some server testing to see, and then they can release it. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's claiming here are the bullet points for the game. You can reshape terrain as though it were made of Play-Doh. That's a legit bullet point on
Right.
the page.
Check.
Survive on and explore procedurally generated planets that can be entirely deformed and traversed.
No Man's Sky, check.
Build vehicles and travel to new planets and moons.
Oh, you can build and customize it, so we can pimp my ride.
Yeah,
Hit
kind of
my
like
moon.
snap together components
Rover.
and objects to create custom vehicles and modules. And 4-player online drop in, drop out
Can you
co-op.
paint it so like you can get a hot pink vehicle?
I don't know, but 4 players.
4 players, huh?
There's your limit. 4.
All right, so who else wants to play this? Me and Caitlin.
But 4. To me, that number seems a little friggin' low.
I
Maybe-
don't know. I'm going to use my $20 for coffee or something.
Dude,
Maybe
that's
the-
an expensive
for one
coffee.
cup of
Tim Hortons
coffee.
isn't that expensive, is it? Jesus.
Well, it is
It would
Canadian.
probably
after
be more enjoyable. So
I think that's probably a $12 game, though. Like, that is actually the sticking point for me. What do you think, Dreamy?
Yeah, I said between like 10 and 15. 20 just
Yeah.
seems like
That's a
don't know.
little much.
Yeah.
But, like, for $12 good dollars, you could see Dreamy
American
gonna play
dollars.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that converts to in Canadian bacon.
I
I don't know either.
think we're at 0.74. If I
See,
remember.
Lord of War agreed with you. Caitlin said $12 would be a perfect price.
I don't know. I'm just on the fence of it. I think
$12.
it's a little too soon to release a game such as this, just because it feels a little too samey to another thing that we've already talked about. I do feel like $10-12 would probably be fine for this.
Mhm.
I'm getting too many bad juju vibes from this sucker. I don't know. But yeah, the
Imagine you
advertising-
could make a corn dick on this with the train.
could totally make a corn dick. You
My
can make a corn
plans
dick.
for Thursday. I'm gonna.
I'm trying to.
You
pitch
could
the
just make
game
a corn
for
dick
them.
on Kerbal Space Program too. So there's
Or
that,
Etch a Sketch.
or an Etch-a-Sketch.
Make
So.
a giant corn dick on the moon.
Oh yeah.
It's actually a pretty good dream.
Yeah.
Hang on to that. Hang on to that, Dr. Roxo. So the last game of the evening is fucking amazing. It's Guilty Gear. Who cares?
Dun, dun, dun.
There's nothing else.
Wow.
Guilty Gear is awesome. Guilty Gear is an amazing 2D side-scrolling punch, kick type thing. Really, there's nothing else I can say. Just watch the trailer. I like Guilty Gear.
Not appropriate for children, though.
Who cares? They need to learn.
I guess we better kick them out of
Mankind.
Screw it. Corrupt
And
all
they-
the children.
And they do a lot of anime scenes in this, which they
Yeah.
appear to have done in their 3D modeling program, pre-rendered in cell-shaded graphics.
Wait, how
to
do you
make...
pronounce Xrd? XRD? Is it just XRD or is it Xrd?
Honestly, there probably
It's
is
just
no
XRD.
proper pronunciation.
There's no pronunciation. Just go by the letters, basically. Or you can call it, I think, Revelation. Revelator. Yeah. Revelator sounds like a sex toy.
So, is Guilty Gear a fighting game?
It's a fighting. Yeah, it's a 2D fighting game. Think Street Fighter.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
basically
that,
what
or like Soul Calibur, or
Yeah, they
Fatal
branched
Fury.
out.
Or Dead or Alive?
Soul Calibur and Dead or
It was like a
Alive
3D.
were 3D fighting games. Guilty Gear is strictly
Guilty
2D. You
yeah.
You don't have a.
like
you don't have
Capcom
an,
versus whatever. Like,
You
No,
don't
it's
have-
all
yeah.
2D.
Yeah, you don't have an arena with any depth to it. It's
Yeah.
just left to right.
To be
I love
fair, you
Soul
technically
Calibur.
don't even really have a story with any depth to it. It's really just all about fighting. They've done some other stuff like turn-based combat, and the games kind
Didn't
of
they
suck.
make Blast Blue as well?
They did not.
Did they actually make an anime
Oh,
for this
wait,
too,
did
to
they?
go alongside with the game?
Yes, they did.
I was like, it
Yes,
feels
they
like they
did.
put a lot of work into these things that like people would probably want, like a movie or some type, like animated movie, of course.
No, at this point, pretty much anybody that has ever played a Guilty Gear game, there's two camps. There's either the people that love everything that they've ever done in regards to Guilty Gear, or they're like me, which is meh. I mean, I like the games. Yeah, I've just never really gotten into them deeply. But there are some very obsessive fans about this series, so, you know. But, yeah, so they did do Blast Blue. It's basically, there's a big old story behind why they decided to do an offshoot, which I don't remember what it is right now, but if you really care, you can research it. But, yeah, so Blast Blue, Guilty Gear. I always
Wait.
got irritated when people called it
How do you
Blade.
say that? KUM.
Well, it's exactly what it sounds like.
Wait.
I think
Go
it's
ahead,
Coon.
pronounce it.
No,
Pronounce
keep going. You were almost through it.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
It was the guy with white hair.
I thought it was Coon.
That is Kuma.
Okay.
Because of course he's got white hair, right?
I thought that was CUM, like when you graduate.
Yes,
Kumade.
that's totally what you were going with on that one.
Let's all just start
I
singing
didn't know you-
Kumbaya.
I
That's
didn't know
fine.
you could pronounce it like that.
You could, but you shouldn't.
What?
So, it doesn't sound like we have a whole lot else to say about this.
There really
Nope.
isn't much else you can say. I mean, this is one of
Not
those
as good as
wonderful
Moon
little
Landing.
trailers. This is one of those wonderful little trailers where either you know the series or you don't know the series.
Yeah. Put the
So-
dragons back on. Put the
No,
dragons.
we're not going to put the dragons back on.
We're
No,
not here for you to pet dragons.
there are no dragons to be. Well, actually, technically, there are some
Aw.
things in this game. But yeah, it's what more can you say about Guilty Gear? Either you know the series, you know it by heart. The music is incredible. Is always incredible. That's always been my favorite about it. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's crazy, it's over the top, it's explosive. You got a character named Jacko. I don't know why, but yeah. Like Lord of War is saying, I'm filler. That's what this is. Guilty Gear is a fighting game. It's fun.
There it is.
Done.
Yeah.
So, That being said, it looks great. It looks awesome. Wonderful. Let's start singing Kumbaya like Eli suggested. Start the round, FNAF.
I
The abridged
don't know the
version?
words.
But the game is unlocking in 10 hours. It's unlocking on December 14th.
That's not what the trailer said.
Well, the trailer's fucking wrong.
Safe
Sorry.
intoxication. Why does that say that in the bottom left-hand corner? Oh, that's the music that's playing? Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's something made by a musician that just spews out random words.
The trailer was put out for the consoles. That's why it's got the different date.
Yeah. But it is available December 14th. You get sound live archives and a promotional bonus for free, which is nice. And you've got the additional playable characters, which are currently as NA. So there's that.
We're bringing Elefelt back. What's that mean?
I guess that's a character.
There you go.
I think they were trying to be edgy.
No,
We're
they
bringing Elephant back.
I don't think they need to be edgy. But anyway, that's pretty much all
If
you can really
Elefelt
say.
merges with justice, then the world's gonna end. So there you go. That's how it starts off.
Well, I think that's pretty much all we can really say about this. We're just going to let the trailer roll because I don't think anybody here has ever played the series.
Game.
I've played one or two and never really got into it.
Okay. Eli, your thoughts on the animation since we've been kind of ripping on polygons the whole fucking time. So
I would say I used to be like ridiculously into fighting games. The graphics in this, they look good. They're, they look like, as I was saying, cell shaded type stuff. It looks like they 3D animated a lot of the characters and cell shaded them in that, and then they rendered it out as 2D images. So it's slightly awkward in that regard, but overall, the graphics and the animation do look good for a 2D fighting game. Personally, I have never really felt any particularly compelling reason to want to go for that over some other games. And there's stuff like Skullgirls, which winds up being a really similar aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like just, I guess I shouldn't say aesthetic because the characters are a very different style. But, just like the type of graphics, Skullgirls winds up being fairly similar. And that's a lot of fun, and that's cheap. And I can't see this game really offering all that much over something like Skullgirls unless you're really into the cutscenes. Which, with fighting games, why? Why would you be that much into the cutscenes?
Skip.
Well, it is one of those things where you've got two sets of Guilty Gear fans. Either the ones that just voraciously take in the lore and love the cutscenes and love the characters and know everything about their backstories. And then you've got the people that are just in it for the mechanics and the play, and there you go, like me. I will totally admit that this is not my jam. I do like fighting games.
Don't like the music though a lot, so I
love the music.
The music's good enough, so that's all you need for a game.
In many cases, yes.
The one fighting game I'm really looking forward to is called Them Fighting Herds. So if you guys ever want to
fighting,
sorry,
are they cows fighting?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like bovines fighting and like deer and reindeer going at it. It's pretty cool.
God, it's a legitimate thing. It is on Indiegogo. This is a pony thing, isn't it?
Sort of.
Yeah, it's totally a pony thing.
Yep.
Okay. The original game was called Fighting is Magic, where they took the original 6 characters and beat each other up. But then they converted it over because they got a C&D, and now it's called Them Fighting Herds. And you should check it out. It's awesome. It's, like Lauren Faust is involved, and I will stop now.
I've already linked it in the chat in case anybody wants to see Brony combat.
Yep. Nope, I'm good.
Brony combat.
I feel like the techno would probably be amazing, judging from some of the YouTube poop I've watched. So
the community has amazing music, but I'm not here to talk about that.
That's a good choice. That's a great friggin' choice there. Although at some point you're welcome to wax poetic about bronies and all that. Just please do it when I'm out of the country in a different hemisphere on a totally different
You're out of his country.
galaxy.
Maybe I'll do a brony stream once or twice. Who knows? I do have a couple video games that I could demo. Anyway.
So with a knife, Eli, it's down the road, not across the street, right? Just want to check.
Okay,
Anyway.
so the respect level for me went down tonight for you guys.
No, to be fair, it was never up. It
Okay.
can't
It
go
was never
down.
that high. It didn't fall. It didn't have that. What was I looking for? It couldn't fall that hard. I was looking for better words, but they weren't there.
Yeah. Caitlin, please, God help us and save us from the brony thing. What are your thoughts on Guilty Gear?
Guilty Gear is okay. It's not something I'd be into, but a lot of people love it. It's got a huge fan base. You know what? It's something that people are going to buy, and it's something that's worth buying. They put a lot of effort into their games to make them the standard for Guilty Gear.
Okay.
Needs more dragons.
I feel like after all that, I want to hear from the puppet instead of the bronies. God damn it, anyway. How did he infiltrate? Anyway, yeah, Guilty Gear. Any other thoughts anybody might have on anything that we've seen tonight? I feel like we kind of hit the bar high with the first game, and then it just went to shit from there. The first game, of course, was Neptune Arena FPS, and then it just kind of spiraled. So
Neptune was good.
Neptune was good. Any other thoughts?
Nah.
No? Wow. You guys are really, really hyped up. So now we're going to get to the shilling portion of this program, where we basically just talk about the crap we're going to be doing. So let's start with Caitlin.
So on Thursday, we're doing Mario Kart at 6 Eastern. As usual, we are going to Mario Kart the fuck out of Mario Kart. And on Friday in the morning, we're doing Good Morning Pokemon at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. As usual, we are going to do some Pokemon things in Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, okay?
What are
That's
Pokemon
Moon.
things for the
Pokemans.
that don't know?
It's
What do
cockfight.
Pokemon
I'm
things
trying to
do?
fill my Pokedex, but I might be doing other things. You know, that's a possibility.
This sounds dirty.
So,
Fill it all up. Fill it up.
at 10 at night, 10 Eastern p.m., we are doing the battle show, which is unfortunately still in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire because we don't have competitive Pokemon in Sun and Moon yet. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it, but Pokedex equals more important.
I'm
So-
very disappointed in
Priorities.
you. I figured you would have already been whipping your Pokemon into shape.
I was going. Well, actually, I do
She's
have
mostly just been whipping them for entertainment.
Yes. I do have one that's kind of in the
Injured is a shape.
What you want?
Just
What
saying.
creamy you got? Cool Whip or something?
Agreed, Lord.
Cool.
But yeah.
Quick.
So that's what I'm gonna do for the week. There might be some impromptu stuff this weekend since I do have Saturday off, but I am helping Gary move in. So
She's gonna finish Troll's mask. Yes.
yep.
How
Yep.
in the world does Michael Vick not be the actual spokesman for Pokemon? I feel like this is right up his alley.
Because
Really
they
is.
don't want that kind of attention. They want to like be pit fighting animals, but they don't want to talk about pit fighting them as animals. They're virtual creatures.
I just
Ritual
love the
demons
idea
according to the
that
church.
we just throw like 10-year-olds out onto the wilderness by
Mhm.
themselves. Like, all right, little Johnny, you're 10 years old. Go play in the tall grass and go punch some wild animals.
Actually interesting that you point that out because in Sun and Moon, your character actually always has a chaperone. You have captains who lead you through these trials, and the professor goes with you from island to island.
So they started caring now. So what happens to the other people
Yeah,
in
they
previous
did
generations?
Change it
They're all
It looks
dead
like-
bodies in the tall grass.
at the time. I just
Where
thought that
else
was an
would they
interesting
be?
now.
Mount Moon.
Yeah.
It just always seemed weird to me that in this world, and Pokemon's been going on for a while, it just seems really weird to me that there would be a time in the world where you could just have unsanctioned and sanctioned cockfights at any point to fix any issue. It just seems a little weird to me. Like, you took the last piece of pizza. Let's battle.
Well,
Why?
the Japanese would think this up.
Ah,
You got a lot of pent up aggression.
Yeah, but then, there's all the Pidgeys and the Pidgeotos. I'll just lay out
Okay,
the tall
sorry.
grass.
Announcement. We just
Yeah.
found out that Alan Thicke died.
Holy shit.
What?
We were just
Caitlin,
talking
you
about
killed
it.
Alan Thicke!
Monster!
Are you kidding me? Let me
Is he
see
still
this.
following you on Twitter?
Z, but
Yeah, listed dead December 13th, 2016.
Did he tweet it?
Oh shit!
Well, he's dead. He can't tweet that.
fucking 2016 just sucks.
I'm just gonna throw out there that
Oh,
this personally does not matter to me.
it doesn't, but I do find it amusing that Caitlin was
Wow.
talking about.
And
who's Alan
69.
Thicke?
So that's just like
David Bowie?
Bowie or
What? Wait. The important
fucking
part.
the guy who fell off the Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait,
The
you're
important
comparing this guy to David Bowie?
Wait. It's Canadians. They do this. But here's the ironic part. He went out in the most Canadian way ever. He died playing hockey.
What?
All right.
All right.
Okay, then.
I just want to throw that out there.
Wow.
Died playing hockey with his 19-year-old son.
I
Did he
need
apologize
closure
for,
though.
That's
dying?
the most Canadian way you
On
can
the
die.
ice?
The only way that would be more Canadian is if he happened to die while guzzling maple syrup and chewing on bacon.
And the
Yeah,
ice was frozen maple syrup.
I
Yeah.
need closure because I now have a dead celebrity following me.
That's just kind of a curse,
That's-
kind of, now.
I-
I think that's
That's
actually
creepy.
I think that's one of the plots to one of the Grudge movies, isn't it?
I'm not going to sleep at night.
Awesome. FNAF, what the fuck are you going to be doing this week then?
Not
Now that you know
sleeping.
it.
Seriously though.
Will you
That's
be
true.
streaming of any sort?
No, unfortunately. On
Did in honor of
Thursday,
Alan Thicke?
We
No.
need you back, fam.
on Thursday, I'm going to go see Rogue One, so I won't be able to join the game show,
You can
unfortunately.
stream from the theater.
This is Rogue 2.
And get kicked out? No, I
You'll
don't
be
think I
fine.
want to do that. But no, I'm also going to be visiting some family, so I will be
Ooh.
not streaming, unfortunately.
Gotcha. I still say that Caitlin killed Alan Thicke. We're gonna move on. Next person, Dreamy, you don't do shit, so you're just gonna stab yourself on stream.
I'm doing something this week, though.
Oh, you are? What are you
I
doing?
am. This
What are you
Sunday on this channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be hosting Dreamy Sunday. And on Dreamy Sunday this week, we will be playing Mighty Number 9.
Wow.
Sorry. Oh, I'm
I
sure.
like the idea of a dreamy Sunday. That's what I always
Yeah.
wanted.
Top of the cherry, of course.
Mm.
So yeah, that'll
So
be
you're
going
just
on
gonna
this
kill
Sunday.
yourself repeatedly while playing Mighty Number 9.
The
We
games
do like
just do
a
that for me.
seppuku animation that just like goes over the screen whenever
Oh,
you
you know
seppuku.
what? That'll be for every for every follow. We should
Just
just
think,
have a
Caitlin,
dreamy
you can record
avatar that
clips of
kills
it.
itself.
What?
We should just have a dreamy avatar that kills itself each time.
A GIF.
No,
Yeah.
we need a stick figure seppuku gif. Is that a thing? Somebody look that up. I hear typing. That
could
means
be.
look it up.
That's
Sorry,
right.
I was just typing in the chat.
Ghost.
Oh,
Snap, stop talking to Alan Thicke. He's not gonna respond, man. It's
I
gone.
need closure.
It's done. Go pet a dragon or something. And finally,
wow.
I don't
finally,
think just sent him a DM before he died saying he was going to haunt him.
yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about people on this show because then they end up dead.
So President
talk
like
about
Donald
Donald Trump.
is yeah.
No, actually, I don't want that guy dead because then his VP becomes president, and I'm not cool with that.
Vice President elect.
Honestly, start
Honestly,
talking about the
that.
VP.
the,
We're not
the
gonna
stuff
do
that
that.
Trump is actually talking about is
No.
not better than anything Pence would do.
We
It's
won't
not.
say your name, Lord. Don't worry. Don't worry.
We
Okay.
could though. We totally could. It's funny because you weren't here, Lord, but you weren't here, oh Lord. But we were talking about Alan Thicke at the start of the show, and apparently we killed Alan Thicke. So that's something we got going for us. On
I think
TorchFork.
he died somewhere in that flight simulator we were watching, probably.
Probably.
I can't believe
All,
that
all he
died
heard was
playing
his
hockey.
name, and they go, hurt.
So was he watching our channel while we were while he was,
No, he was playing hockey.
Maybe no, I mean, was he playing hockey and trying to watch TorchFork Mob? I mean, he follows FNAF.
That could be why he got killed. He
Don't put that on me. Do not put that on me.
Well,
all
he
FNAF's fault.
decided to try and check it out, in between plays, and he wasn't paying attention, and then it turned out one of them, smacked the puck, and it just went flying, hit him right in the forehead. And it was all because he was trying to watch us.
We really should not be making such early posthumous jokes.
How old was he playing hockey? 69?
You just said that for a 69 joke.
I thought somebody said he was 69.
Did he fall through the
What
ice
do you
because he was a little thick?
They don't play hockey on lakes.
Yes, he did die at 69.
They do back where I come from.
That's
Where do you
because
come
they're
from?
dumb.
We always played hockey on the lake near my grandma's house.
That's the
Grand
worst
Muzz.
place to play hockey.
Not
That's
at all. It's the best place because you can make it all smooth yourself with hot water.
You can also do that with a
Okay.
Zamboni on a legit rink.
Putting hot water on the ice covering a lake that you're about to skate on
No,
is
okay,
a terrible idea.
Your idiocy here is because you're from that California place.
With no water.
No,
It's
you do not do
is
something that melts ice on
There's
a
a lot
lake
of
you're
salt
about
in
to
this room
skate on.
tonight.
You are
Everybody,
Such
salt.
It's
So
3
much
feet
salt.
thick.
Caitlin,
Enough thick that you could just drive a vehicle on there.
Caitlin, he's just mad because he doesn't have any ice.
He just doesn't
Well, they
understand.
don't have any water
I had
either.
ice
They've been in a
tonight. I had
drought.
ice.
Had. That's past
Kid you
tense.
not. I
Well,
bet you
ran
every
out of
kid went
booze in my cup.
/lake out back and made their own little hockey rink. They're gonna do it this season.
Hey,
it has
if you two don't stop right now, I'm gonna make you play the Fighting Herds game with FNAF.
Caitlin, I
I'm game.
would just like
Let's do
to
it.
point out that you started this off talking about someone falling through the ice because of playing hockey, when most people playing hockey on the ice play in a rink where you cannot fall through.
a joke because that never happens, but you being from a hot clime would never know that.
I was
I'm guilty
saying that
here.
it doesn't happen with normal people playing hockey.
Normal people don't play hockey. That's just how that works. Anyway, finally, Eli, what the hell are you doing?
Thursday
Streamline.
night, there's the game show at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, where we play games against the audience. If somebody from the audience who is not one of our people wins a game, they get a free game out of it. And for right now, I'm also doing raffles to give away games that I need to get off my fucking list because of problems with those keys. I just want to give them away. I want to get them the hell out of there so I don't have to deal with that anymore. And then on Sunday, I run the TorchFork Mobcast, where we just come on, bullshit, talk about whatever the fuck is going on, whatever we feel like saying about gaming or whatever else.
I'll tell you what he's not doing.
Talk about Alan Thicke and playing hockey.
Playing hockey
Having
on
water?
a lake. That's
Yeah.
what he's not doing.
Just say
People
this,
don't
but
play it on a lake.
I actually used to be really into hockey. So
But you didn't play it on a lake.
because you normally play hockey in a rink.
On a lake.
Lick the lake.
That costs money.
Oh, so now we're gonna bitch about whether I'm playing it the poor way or the normal way.
Play it the real way.
Back in my day, we got ourselves a couple sticks. And a rock.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm really drunk.
That is the show for tonight, everybody. Join us next Tuesday if you hate yourself. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, where we're going to go through a shit ton of other trailers. We're probably going to kill another Z-grade celebrity exported from Canada.
Hey, those
No,
Canadians.
You
Those
no,
Canadians.
there's nobody else following me that's famous. I hope that is going to die next week. We're good. We're good. That's the last one.
In the meantime, we're going to let Death Note up there go and mourn his national treasure that has recently died. And that is the show for tonight. So check us out at torchforkmob.com. That's torch, like the thing, the flames and stuff. Unless you're in the UK and then it's a flashlight, you crazy people. Fork, like the thing you eat with, and mob, the thing that is going to happen when we all find out that Alan Thicke's dead because of FNAF up there. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. I'm sure we have some other profiles somewhere. You can also like what we're doing here on Twitch, but you can check out the full schedule when we update it on the website at TorchFork Mob. That is the show. Good night, everybody. Go away.
Don't like the people that we're killing.
Go away.
Don't like the fact that we're killing people.